Greetings. As will be readily evident in this video, I am not an auditor. I do respect what auditors do. I do believe the public needs to be corrected on a lot of their misguided notions on what privacy is in regards to photography. And officers a lot of time need to be informed of basic laws, or at least called out on their bullshit. The beginning of this video, I did do what many of you all say is not needed, but I disagree. In my opinion, it is suspicious to be out in front of somebody's house. It's an abnormal occurrence. People have every right to come up and ask. So he did, and I answered. I was playing a game. I was a stupid little GPS game. That should have alleviated his suspicion, and he could have been on his merry fucking way. Of course he wasn't. It was at this point he demanded an ID. It was at this point I demanded he turn on his body cam, which of course he didn't have. I asked him where his body cam was. He responded at the office. Great place for it. Side note, the other officers that responded didn't have their body cams on either, as far as I could tell. One guy definitely, I wasn't paying attention to the other one. I know there were some things I did wrong in this video. It's easy to armchair quarterback and think about everything that you would do. Things like asking for names and badge numbers, asking for what law he's quoting in his bullshit that, basically, present your papers on demand. Tennessee is not a Terry stop state. To my understanding, the only code for ID is TCA 7-3-505, which deals with which states that you need to present your ID if you're being issued a citation or a civil warrant, which is why I kept asking him about that. Since he fished around and came up with a reason why to ask for ID, I don't know if the registration issue, which was legitimately an issue, they screwed up and said it was a green car instead of a white minivan. If that's a citable offense. So I didn't feel comfortable enough refusing to demand at that point, as I felt I was on shaky ground, so I did provide my ID. I should have called him out for his cop-splaining. I did to some degree, but at this point he already had my ID. He got what he wanted. There was a slight gap where nothing of incident happened. The paperwork I had in my glove compartment for insurance was had just recently expired. I didn't have my new copy, so I had to turn off the video to get into Allstate's website, which of course by the time he came back he didn't even want to see if I had insurance. He got what he wanted. Also, I should have asked when he ordered me to leave, is that under threat of arrest, which I did not. That's everything I can think of that I screwed up on. Again, I'm not an auditor. It's just things that I know people are going to say in the comments. I will be filing a complaint on this officer. While he wasn't, rude, declaring his neighborhood as his own personal fiefdom, and his apparent belief that because you don't live there, you can't be there, is frankly just bullshit. He obviously has zero understanding of what's going on, or he's just making up laws as he goes. But yeah, you'll see what you can see. Thank you.
We've had thefts in this community, okay? You can do that if you want to.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Simple. We've had thefts in the community, okay? And you don't live here.
Do you have a reasonable suspicion?
The reasonable suspicion is that the possibility that you could be a thief in this area.
I have explained to you what I'm doing.
I want to know who I'm dealing with. You could be an axe murderer. Okay?
So could you?
Yeah. No, not in my uniform.
Yes,
I'm
you
at
could.
work. No.
No. There have been plenty of cases where officers have broken the law.
Okay.
Let's not pretend. Nobody is perfect.
I'm not breaking the law. I'm asking you for your so you can show me your identity, and I can walk away from here and give you your identification right back to you, and we'll be done.
Are you issuing me a
not right
civil
this second.
citation?
No, not this second.
Am I being detained, or am I free to go?
You're not being detained. You can leave if you want to, yes.
Okay, thank you. But if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
No, you're not free to stay.
Yes, I am.
Because you're
is
this
a public street?
You're suspicious in this area.
Okay.
I don't know if you're getting ready to go in this lady's house and steal anything.
You have approached
or this lady's house or anything.
You have approached me.
You want to leave?
You have approached me.
You got one or two options. You can leave.
You have approached me, and I have explained what I am doing. I am playing a game on my phone. So
that's
you think
just
I'm a liar?
Excuse.
So I'm a liar then.
Let me tell you this, okay? You're saying I deal with 90% of the worst people. 90% of the time, 10% worse people. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I understand. Your sense of trust is gone completely.
No, it's not there.
But I'm asking you to obey the law. I'm asking you to obey the law.
I am obeying the law.
No, you are not. You do not have a reasonable, articulable suspicion.
Yes, I do.
What is your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I am about to commit, have committed, or will commit a crime?
You are in an area.
What is your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed, will commit, or about to commit a crime? No, sir, I'm not.
Stay there.
Now am I being detained, sir?
All right, boss. Now you're in violation of traffic law. On top of being in a neighborhood where you don't live. You live on Ridge Street, right?
Which traffic law am I in violation of, sir?
You're violation of registration right now.
How so?
Because this is on a white minivan and the tag comes back to a green car.
Well, I can't. That's what we were issued. But if I'm in violation, please issue me a citation.
Let me see your registration, proof of insurance, and ID.
Can I get in my thing?
Yep, go ahead.
No, you can come around.
Show that I only have my video from my vehicle. He's not gonna roll it down. He's wanting to argue the point about everything. He sits here in front of
No, I just want you to obey the law.
It has nothing to do with obeying the law.
Yes, it does. I'm on a public street.
Yeah, you're on a public street, but you don't live here.
So
you just sit in front of somebody's house. I don't know if you're getting ready to take something out of this lady's house.
And I don't know if you're getting ready to shoot me, which is why I put the video camera on.
If you feel like that, then, oh well, so be it. Thank you. Sit tight a second, sir.
I'm not going anywhere. And when y'all are done, please wipe your fingerprints off my car.
Sir, your insurance is expired. It says 5/23/2021. At least this card is.
Let me find the correct insurance then.
Okay. If you get it, just hold it out the window and one of these deputies will get it from you. your car.
Yes, sir.
Get your registration back.
Thank you.
All I wanted to do was make sure you.
I understand that,
okay.
But what does my ID have to do with making sure the area is safe?
Okay.
Is the area any more safer now that you've identified me?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you how.
Okay.
The explanation that I'm fixing to give you is the reason why I do what I do. Okay, this area, now that I have your ID, the area, if something does happen, something could happen, there's a possibility of a already known suspect now that was in the area prior to anything happening. So if something happens tonight or the next day or something like that, who's the strange people in the area? That would be you, okay? We will come and talk to you. We will commit an
Well, that's
do an
fine.
investigation.
Why don't you come and talk to me when you have suspicion of an actual crime?
Sir,
Sitting on the side of the road is not suspicion of a crime.
Yes,
This is a road. What crime is sitting on a
Do you
public
know
road?
anybody in this subdivision?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. Why aren't you sitting in front of their house?
Because I already sat in front of their house. I explained to you this is a GPS game. You understand GPS, I know.
I understand GPS, and I understand people doing all these games. But if you want to be hard with me as far as me
I'm not
just
trying to
asking
be
you for your
hard.
ID
I'm
to
trying.
figure
I
out
want you
who
to
you
obey
are.
the law.
I am doing the law.
No,
That
you are.
is within
You
everything
as
that I
a
do
corporal.
is my duty.
Bull. As a
Well,
corporal,
I'm glad you know my job better than I do.
I don't know your job better than you
can
do,
go on,
but
you
I
can go
do
on
know
your way.
the
Okay.
statute for identify. I was
statute-
not committing
You
a.
know what? The statute for identifying yourself is anybody over the age of 18 has to have a document in their possession of who they are at all times.
But I don't have to give it to you.
When you are asked and requested
Bull.
by a officer,
You,
do have to give it to
unless you are issuing me a civil
them. No,
or
I
a
don't
criminal
have to issue you
citation,
anything.
then this is
I can
Nazi
ask for
Germany.
I can ask for your identification at
And
any
you,
given time.
sure, you can ask for it, but I'm not legally required to give it to you.
I'm happy you feel that way. Have a good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. You
Please
too.
move on.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
I'm going to ask you to leave this
Are you
area,
asking?
please.
Are you asking me or ordering me?
I'm asking you to leave the
Are you
area.
asking me or ordering me?
I'm asking you to leave the
If
area.
you are ordering me, I will leave. If you are asking me, I would stay. I'd like to stay.
order you? I'm ordering you to leave the area.
Thank you very much. I will certainly leave. Please wipe y'all's fingerprints off the back of my car.